Hey folks, welcome back to our second kind of vlog video where we talk about the business that we're in, selling guitar parts, and this one is going to be us showing you our shop and showing you everything that we've got, and which happens to be also our garage.
Thanks for joining us, and let's get started.
Alright, so first over here we have bridges. We have bridges for pretty much every type of guitar. So some good examples. One of our biggest sellers are these Wilkinson Telecaster bridges. We have these in nickel and chrome. Just absolutely great bridges. I've used about like 3 of these in the past, 20 years working on guitars. So, and now I sell them, which is pretty cool. Another notable thing here, we sell these piezo bridges. They have a pickup element inside the bridge itself, which is really neat. We have these in like a Tune-o-matic 6-string, and we have these bass ones for 4-string and 5-string. Really cool. Normal kind of Strat stuff, tremolo systems. Another real notable thing we have is these aluminum stop tail pieces. These things are super lightweight, very, very durable, very cool. Shed some weight off your Les Paul. More bass bridges. We have a lot of 12-string and 7-string bridges and tail pieces, and there aren't a whole lot of folks that are selling these things. If you look down here, this is kind of shop stuff. This is a lot of stuff that I have to use to put bridges together, especially the tremolo systems. They come with a lot of different things that you have to put together to make it work. Down here is our all of our DR strings. DR actually got in touch with us last year and asked us if we wanted to sell their stuff, and honestly I didn't really know anything about them. I thought that they were strictly like a heavy metal string because of the DDTs, but I got them and started using them. I really like them a lot. So we have these available on our website. Alright, so let's swing around here. Alright, starting up here we have our pots. We kind of specialize in passive electronics. We sell a ton of pots. It's probably our biggest seller. One notable thing is concentric pots. There's a concentric stacked where you have one knob on top, one knob on bottom. These are really cool. We have these in pretty much every resistance you could really want. We have all the normal stuff too, including push-pull and regular quarter size. These are all alpha pots, great quality. These are the best-selling pots in the world. Moving down here, we have switches. These really cool, very durable 3-way switches that you would find in like Gibson's, that kind of thing. Have these great 3-way, 5-way, 4-way lever switches, super switches, 5-way super switch. Those are really neat. They're kind of a semi-new thing, and people are just kind of learning how to wire them up. I get it like a gazillion questions every time I sell them, and I'm like, look, I'm sorry, I don't know 100% like all the different ways that you could wire these things up, but they are really neat. Moving down here, we have our cables. These are made by Proline in South Korea. These are huge. Really the best-selling cables around the world. They sell more of these in like in Europe and in Asia than they really do here. So I started carrying them here, and they're really cool. Just had somebody locally come here and buy one the other day. Before I move over to this side, it's worth noting that this is where I found a 6-foot-long Western Diamondback rattlesnake. I was in here with the garage door closed, and I was actually messing with these things. These are posts for tune-o-matic stop tail pieces. And I had swung this bag right here, and when I looked down, that rattlesnake was coiled up right back here. So I freaked out. I ran out, and we ended up getting rid of it. But that was a very scary thing. We figured out how the snake got in, and we were able to shore it up and prevent that from happening again. And thankfully, we haven't had any more snakes or rodents or anything like that in here since then.
And shout out to the Phoenix Herpetological Society. They're on our speed dial now.
They absolutely
They're a nonprofit. They caught the snake. They let it go in the mountain. So no snakes were harmed.
Yeah.
No JTs were harmed.
Right. And we've seen quite a few more of them since then out in the yard and everything. In fact, we have the garage door open right now, which is a little bit dangerous this time of year because they move kind of quickly and they're really quiet. So we kind of have to keep an eye on the front area, especially when we walk out the door too. A lot of fun here in Arizona.
It's getting hot too.
And it's getting hot right now. Okay, so starting up here, we have our fender stuff, or pickups. A lot of the fender pickups that we sell. These stacked pots, which are really cool. Floyd Rose stuff. These genuine Floyd Rose tremolo units. Really cool stuff. All right, next we have tuners. We have a lot of just great unique styles. This one is made by Wilkinson, and it's kind of a classic Clouson style with a tombstone or tulip knob head. Very cool. Another big type that we sell is Proline tuners, and they're kind of the same. They're the same maker as those high quality cables, and you can get these in a lot of different varieties. These are great, just super high quality tuners. I have these on pretty much all my guitars. This is like a rear thumb wheel locking tuner.
And they're all packaged up because they come with everything you need to get them installed.
That's right. And another unique locking tuner are these self-lockers, which have a self-locking mechanism as you tune the guitar, or as you do the string wind up. This little mechanism will self-lock down onto the string. Really neat stuff. Something else worth noting, we have these great, they're made by Wilkinson, and they are saddles for your telly bridge. So if you just want to replace the saddles on your bridge to these brass compensated ones, we have them here. We have like a gazillion of them, and they're great. These things sell really well. All right, so let's shift over to the other side here.
Whoa.
Oh, real quick. Courtney and I used to own a 66 Ford Fairlane that looked just like this one. It was a 66 two-door coupe with these stacked headlights, and we miss it a lot. But that was a lot of work restoring.
Plus, our garage is full of guitar parts. There's no room for a car in here.
Yeah, right. We can't do that now anyway. So, all right. Starting over here, this is where we keep all of our whammy bars. Floyd Rose style. We've got just regular kind of 5mm arms. We've got just pretty much anything you could want. 6mm arm. Here's all of our knobs. So here's our Strat style knobs. They come in all different colors. One of our biggest sellers is these Gretsch G style knobs. These are reproductions from Korea. Very high quality. Very cool. Sell a ton of those things. Another big popular thing are these pearl top knobs for your Telecaster. Moving down here, here's our concentric stacked knobs that go on those concentric pots. So this is the bottom one, and this is the top one. Very neat. A lot of people that do mods on amplifiers use these. Very cool. Here's the famous chicken head knob. Everybody needs a chicken head knob. Here's all of our jack plates. All of our, like, here's your regular Strat style. We have these in black, chrome, gold. Here's just regular square ones. Football, all kinds of football types. Here's one with a recessed inset. Here's one that's kind of just curved and flat. I mean, just so many of these things. Here's one for a telly. Moving down here, we have control plates. Control plates for pretty much anything that you would need them for. Big seller is these jazz-based control plates. We also have them for Telecaster. I really love these. These are nickel, and they and they're cut for like CTS type pots. Very cool. All right, you're Rive.
I'm Rive.
Yeah.
Rive from the garage. It's Courtney. Okay, so that was really like all of the shelves and everything that we got when we purchased the inventory, all the bins. I was so happy that that all came together. Some of the rest of the features of our shop / garage, some of the other things in our store, we have these lovely t-shirts in black and warm gray. We keep those inside in the closet, so these are kind of just some ones we have hanging out in here for display. Some other things that we keep inside and out of the Arizona heat are our pick guards. They're just too big and we don't want them to melt or anything to happen to them here when their heat ratchets up a little bit. But we get a lot of pick guards. We have this one we call the Keef. We have Strat, Les Paul, P-Bass, Jazz Bass. I happen to grab everything in black, but we have all the colors too. Black's just my favorite. Out of the heat are the pickups. Here's the filter billy we've been featuring lately that JT just put in his parts caster. Sounds really nice. Got these great bins. They're the Container Store large men's shoe bin. They fit things perfectly and stack, and you can see what's in them. Everything stays nice. Because when we have so many little things, that's been kind of the struggle, is managing it all, keeping it all nice. And that's actually where my handy label maker comes in.
Yes.
I still have most of the bins I need to label, but when we do inventory here at the end of May, beginning of June, I'll get those all labeled and counted.
Woo-hoo.
Yeah, right? So, shipping supplies, not very sexy, but what you need to run a business and ship all of our stuff. Small envelopes, big envelopes, pick guard envelopes, boxes. Over here is kind of the shipping station. It's pretty fast and easy. We hook up the computer, have a digital scale, thermal printer. We'll also move inside here pretty soon because I just don't think it'll read right with the heat being what it is.
Right.
Every order comes with a sticker. Can't go wrong. The workbench where JT works on things, he kind of has kept some of the dead pickups and just kind of decorated with all the miscellaneous things we've acquired over the years.
Yeah, Johnny says hi, by the way.
Johnny says hi. His grandpa used to have a golf station in Peebles, Ohio, so we have golf represented, St. Louis represented, kind of all the things. JT keeps all of his personal stash here. This is from all the years before the guitar parts store where he was buying stuff and doing stuff and working on things himself.
Secret stash.
Secret stash. There's a lot more stuff in all those drawers. I opened it up the other day and I said, what is happening?
She was like, ah!
Yeah. We have a test station. That was actually, a little amp was donated by our friend Paul. Thanks, Paul.
Thank you, Paul.
So that's come in handy. This great little, it's actually a knife rack from IKEA, but great to keep all the little ratchets and wrenches and everything handy that you need when you're doing this stuff.
Mm-hmm. If all this stuff wasn't right here, I would never find it again.
That's true.
That's how much I use that thing.
And then up here, JT managed to kind of jerry-rig the wire clothes shelves from Home Depot upside down, and then they fit all of the extra parts, things that he needs when he packages up tremolo systems, screws, anything that needs a part, he has it. Really, we have a lot of screws. We need to start packaging those up and making those available for folks when they're are working on something and are missing that one special screw that they need.
Yeah, that's one thing that we haven't put on our store yet, so that's a good point.
It's on the to-do list.
Yeah, right.
There's a few things on the to-do list. So moving on, you'll probably catch a lot of Elvis in the background. This was from college. JT and his roommate would always hang it up in each other's room to kind of scare each other. You'd close the door and there would be Elvis. But we love him. There was our design for the Keef, you know, where we were gauging everything and working on it, and kind of just kept testing and then cutting them out and seeing was that right. That's one of my goals also on my to-do list for the shop, is to make like a printable for all of our parts so that people can print them out at home to scale and be able to cut it out and like lay it on your guitar and make sure it's the right fit before you buy
that'd be a
it.
huge help.
Yeah, so just need some more time and I'll get to that. And then over here is the photography station. We found someone on Craigslist who was kind of closing up shop, and we were able to get all this stuff for a great deal. And we have white background or black background depending on what part we're photographing and what it looks best with.
It was really important for us to kind of do this part ourselves, because I know a lot of folks kind of farm this out, but all it really takes is like just throwing time at it. It takes a lot of time to photograph stuff, but we've really learned how to use cameras correctly doing this.
Well, we're still learning.
Right? Yeah, totally.
We're still learning. Down here is just some extra stuff that we had like at the Phoenix Guitar Show, stuff that's not in our inventory because it's been kind of dinged or whatever, so we had it for sale super cheap at the guitar show. All of like our regular garage stuff, you know, like our water heater and Christmas stuff is all kind of just gets an itty bitty little space back there, so it's a good thing that we were already kind of embracing minimalism before this guitar parts business hit us.
Yeah, we still live in this house.
We still live here. This is our daily driver.
Yeah.
As far as like the actual space, I mean, it's a garage, so it's got a concrete floor and everything, but we wanted it to feel comfortable. We spend a lot of time out here. So we actually had these carpet tiles in our house in St. Louis. They just picked right up. The movers moved them. I was kind of surprised, actually. I thought they would have thrown them away, but we put them all back together and taped the corners back up, and kind of instant rug out here. We have had the shop dog pee on it once. You just tear it up, you know, scrub it. I think that one was beyond repair, so we had an extra one we put in there.
Yep.
But I think we got this chair at Goodwill when JT was leaving home for college. I think it was like $30. It fit perfectly in the back seat of his, he had a Ford Focus hatchback at the time. And
1998.
That hatch popped up and it fit right in there, and we've had it ever since.
Yep.
So that's kind of our garage / shop. All right, everyone, so we're gonna wrap up this video. It's getting a little steamy out here.
Yeah.
Spring is basically over. I had a massive allergy attack yesterday. I feel like I'm still...
Yeah, she had a bomb cyclone allergy attack.
And now that
terrible.
Spring is over, we're straight into summer here in Phoenix. It's getting hot. But thank you guys so much for joining us on our YouTube journey. We're working on getting better at this whole thing. So thanks for your support.
And check us out next week, where we talk about our most returned items and why they were returned.
Yeah. So maybe that way it can help you out when you're making your purchase and avoid some of those pitfalls of fits and pieces and all the stuff that goes into putting a new guitar part on your guitar.
Yep. All right, folks. See you next time.
Bye.
Cheers.